We're here at Jazz Live San Diego with Ira B. Liss of the Big Band Jazz Machine. Ira, welcome to Jazz 88 and Jazz Live San Diego.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So, the Big Band Jazz Machine has been around for a long time. I was reading 1979 was the founding. You can correct that or not. But first, tell us a little bit about the makeup of the band. How many instruments and how do you have them all divided up?
Standard big band instrumentation, 5 saxophones, 4 trombones, 4 trumpets, piano, bass, and drums, and we also have 2 singers.
And you say standard setup. So is there a book that says a big band has to?
Oh no.
Where does that standard come from? I really want to talk to you about some of the history of big band too.
Well, I think in history, bands set up like that because, you know, the woodwinds were in front and the brass could be behind them, so the brass, of course, are a lot louder and they play louder. So in order to hear the woodwinds originally and the saxophones, they put them up front so they'd have, as I like to say, a running start.
Closer to the audience.
Correct, closer to the audience, and especially if they double on woodwinds, you know, flutes and clarinets, they're more likely to be heard. And this was, I'm talking in history, you know, putting things closer to the crowd could hear it a little better.
So you adhere to kind of that standard big band setup. I was reading, specializing in 30s and 40s big band music and playing other things too.
We used to pretty much, that's a little different now. The band's a little more cutting edge now than it used to be.
Oh, well, that sounds like a topic I'd like to talk about. So tell us a little bit about where the band is right now in its evolution, and then I want to go back and kind of talk about the beginning.
Well, I can tell you this, with no uncertainty, this is the best band I've had in 34 years. The best musicians I've ever been associated with, the best people I've ever been associated with. The talent is, you know, by far the best. And it takes really good people. I like to say they get it. You know, they understand where I'm coming from and my approach and my vision.
Right.
Because I do. I have a vision as a leader that I want a band to sound a certain way, and I want the repertoire to be a certain type of repertoire. And we go out and we want to play at a very high level, and I think this band does achieve that.
So what's that vision then that you're looking for, that you have for this sound? Because, you know, it's like I said, and you said 30s and 40s big band music before, kind of as the band was evolving, but maybe your vision has evolved?
The band evolved from a youth band, actually. When we started in 1979, there were no youth band programs in Escondido. That's where the band originated.
Right.
And I went to the 3 band directors who had high school programs in the town at the time, and I asked them for their help. And every single one of them loved the idea and offered music, offered a place to rehearse, offered, you know, just wonderful support. And that became kind of something that's carried on through the years. We do a lot of performances for music education. We're very devoted to music education programs. We've done, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free performances over the years to benefit music education programs. And as you know, in the schools, music doesn't always get the funding it needs, and we've raised thousands of dollars to help those programs stay together.
And you've been a band leader for a real long time, so this is something that really is very close to your heart. You started, you were a local boy, went to high school at Patrick Henry High School here in town, and led.
We won't say when that was, but yeah, that was a long time ago.
And led the band there, right?
Yeah, I was the first male drum major of the time. I was in the first complete graduating class at Patrick Henry.
And then where did you go after high school? Were you?
I went on to San Diego State, and I was there for a number of years and played in all the bands out there, and had some great teachers there while I was there, including Hal Crook and Dr. Eddie Meadows. Some great learning going on there, and that helped foster a lot of the things that I have today, the attitude that I have today in leading a band, and how you approach a big band comes from a lot of great mentors that I had in the past.
Do you write music? Or?
No, I leave that to people who know what they're doing.
All right. And do you have people that are writing original music for you, or do you choose repertoire?
No, I have a library, a personal library of over 14,000 big band charts, big band arrangements. But we also have a very talented arranger in the band now, who at one time was on the road with the late Maynard Ferguson. He's worked with Jeff Tyzik, Chuck Mangione. Chris Brayman is his name, and he writes some terrific, original, real fresh music And we're releasing a new CD this summer, and 5 of the cuts on the new CD are Chris's arrangements.
Excellent. And is that music that you're playing tonight at Jazz Live?
Yes, we'll be playing some of the things that are on the album. We'll be playing several selections tonight.
Excellent, excellent. Since you've been around and you've been part of the big band scene here in San Diego for a while, can you give us just an idea of how the big band scene has evolved? Has there been big bands here in San Diego, you know, over time that were big, or is it kind of a scene that's kind of bubbled underneath?
Well, a number of years ago, there was that big retro swing craze,
Mm-hmm.
and bands came out of the woodwork to perform that kind of music,
Right.
and of course to make money, and that kind of faded away, and so did they.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been going on through that. I
Right.
mean, the craze is keeping going, but it's this is a passion for me. This is something that I want to do until they carry me off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a passion for me. It is just one of the things I enjoy most about my life.
Yeah. Well, I was reading, you've done kind of every job in music. You've done from the marketing side,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously from the artistic side. What was it? How did you get involved in music that kind of sparked that this was going to be something you were going to be involved with your whole life?
It was in high school. In high school, my first high school band director, he was the one who lit the fire, I guess you could say, and it smoldered for a while, but then it got rip-roaring strong. And I remember the first big band I ever heard that I really liked, and that was the Don Ellis Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
And again, another band, a very cutting edge. He
Right,
was
that was
well beyond his
progressive,
time.
yeah.
Very, very unique. In fact, I own some of Don's charts, and great. And then Maynard Ferguson and Woody Herman and Count Basie, Duke Ellington, and then later on Bob Florence, Rob McConnell, you name it, the more modern big bands of our time, and they all had indirectly a lot of influence to me.
Yeah. You mentioned this upcoming CD that you're going to be releasing. It's recorded.
It's in the can right now. We're just waiting. We're doing a little bit more mixing, and we're getting replication and getting ready. Hopefully, it'll be out with sometime in the middle of the summer.
Mm-hmm. Well, also then, I wanted to talk about a little bit of your past repertoire. First off, is there a place where people can find out more about the Big Band Jazz Machine on the internet?
Yes, www.bigbandjazzmachine.com.
Excellent. And do you sell your CDs? Or?
We are on CD Baby,
Oh.
and I'm sure with the new CD it'll be available digitally and on all the usual places, iTunes, and all over the place.
Yeah, you had some good luck in 2000. Your CD, Everything Under the Sun, was nominated for Best Jazz CD for the San Diego Music Awards.
San Diego Music Awards, yeah. In '95 we won for Best Big Band, but then we were nominated for that. Hopefully our new CD gets some kind of recognition, although it's not that important to me. I think the most important thing to me is people like the music, they buy it, and they make it a part of their their collection. This new CD is going to have some stellar, world-class guest artists on it too, as well. It will have Eric Marienthal, the great alto sax player. It will have Wayne Bergeron, the great high-note trumpet player, probably the finest lead trumpet player in the world. It will have our own Gilbert Castellanos on it. It will also have Bernie Dressel, who's now the drummer for the Gordon Goodwin Big Fat Band.
Right.
And it will also have former San Diegan Bill Cantos
Like
playing
guitarist, right?
piano,
Oh,
and
piano.
playing, and we are actually doing an arrangement of one of his originals as a vocal duet.
Excellent, excellent. So we can expect to see that out.
I'm hoping mid-July.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, Ira, what kind of things do you see going on in the future? You've got this new CD coming out. How do you see the band evolving? Is there special qualifications for getting into the band? How does that process happen?
Somebody has to leave to get into the band, really. But and the band is made up, like I said. This band is so good, and these guys, these men and women, they are unbelievable musicians. And like I said, the best people I've worked with in 34 years, and that's a lot of people to have played in this band for me to say that, and I say that with all certainty. And it's all about this band. I can't do it myself. You know, I have a vision and I have a certain direction that I want it in, but you got to have the right people in the band to understand your vision and to, what I say, get it. You have to get it. They have to get it, know the commitment, make the commitment, and want to create and contribute.
Yeah. Well, Ira, it's been really good to get to know you finally. I heard your name on the air for many, many, many years, and I can't believe that I haven't met you. But it's great to have you playing here at Jazz Live San Diego, and congratulations.
Thank
on
you.
the upcoming
We're
CD.
one of the biggest, best kept secrets in San Diego.
Excellent. Remind folks one more time where they can find more information out about
It's
it.
at www.bigbandjazzmachine.com.
Again, thanks much, Ira.
Thank you.
Ira, while I have you, I'm just going to get a quick ID from you, okay?
Okay.
So, any one of these